I've been thinking about it for so long, and like I want a second loot game. So let's watch this. Is it worth to play Warframe in 2024? Not Warframe, please. Please. That is why I'm taking a look at this. I think Warframe is freaking amazing. Woke bullshit. No, I wouldn't call it that. I think it's Warframe. I played it. Not a lot, but I played it. I think it's great. They destroyed the story. Oh yeah, okay. That I don't know. Like, I don't know. That like, don't spoil the story. Oh, just to be woke. Ah, that's kind of shit though, if it is. But people like the early stuff at least. So, but yeah, they removed some story bits. If you've done them, and I know I've done one story bit that they've removed. But if we're gonna play this, we'll just watch that story bit on YouTube, so we're all good. It's a dating sim now. I mean, let's take a look, guys. Warframe, it's total bullshit. Like, the main loot game for me is gonna be the First Descent. There's no doubt. No doubt. Main extraction is gonna be so far Arena Breakout. Like, those are the two main games on this stream, and then we have some other stuff in between. Like, we gotta have some single player, then probably some other multiplayer games. But I want a second loot game when we don't play the First Descent. So either way, like, it's either this or the Division 2, okay? But so far, I'm leaning more towards Warframe. But let's take a look. I do this so many times, I forget to turn on the sound. And here we are.
Can you believe it's 2024? An amazing year with a lot of new games coming out just around the corner. And you're thinking about starting Warframe, or even coming back to it. What's good, folks? It's KnightmareFrame here with a new video, coming at you with a look at Warframe in 2024 and if it's worth your time. This is perfect for all types of players, because let's be honest, for the new players coming in, you're all looking for something to play without pulling out that wallet. And you're probably spending money on your main game, which either happens to be an MMO or a gacha game that you feel burnt out of. The good thing about Warframe is that it's free to play, cross-play, cross-save, and has cross-trading.
That's what I'm talking about. This is all I need.
So if you're indecisive and just not sure, you can just download, pick it up, and play whenever, and drop it whenever. And for the returning players,
yeah. Free to play.
Man, should I come back? It's been a hot minute since I played. You asking yourself that question means you really want to try it out, so just play it. What's the worst that can happen? Get you hooked on it again? That's right. Click that download button. I know you want to do it. And here's a weird question that I tend to get a lot when I'm live on stream.
Holy shit. This is the kind of humor I like. This guy starts off the videos pretty sweet. I love that. Straight to the point.
You should come check me out on twitch.tv/KnightmareFrame with a 3 because someone else took the name. This is the question that I usually get asked. Hey, I haven't played this game in so-and-so years. Has the game changed? If the game hasn't changed, what's the point of even playing it? Yes, the game has evolved tremendously. The things that you knew back then have completely changed. Well, some similar things, like about this much, is the same. It still has warframes and guns, so that's still the same, but everything else did change. And that's a good thing. You want the game to change, evolve, so that it can...
Like, this Warframe looks freaking sweet. Like, the Warframe I use is the one you start with. But I took a look at it, and I gotta say, the skins for that one looks awesome. But I'm not too heavy on the frames, so I don't know much about the game in of itself. I mostly play the story.
Bring in new players, earn money, and bring in new players so they can spend money. I'm not saying you don't have to spend money, but, you know, you want to get cool skins, you got to spend money. Hey there, weird person on the screen. What is Warframe? Well, it is an ARPG looter shooter. Not a traditional looter shooter, but think of it like Diablo with guns and explosions and space magic. A lot of people tend to compare this game to Destiny 2. Well, they're not the same thing. Just because they take place in space and involve space magic, they're not the same thing. If you want to know the difference, I do have a...
They say the same thing about the First Descent. This looks like Destiny. This looks like what the f... Where does it look like Destiny? Same with Warframe. How does Warframe look like Destiny? Come on!
Video talking about the main differences of each game and why each game does whatever it does better. But for the new player, when they start the game, they get presented with 3 choices of Warframes. And now they're worried, oh my god, which
This has changed a lot since I played too. Just this screen. I played it at release and it wasn't like this for sure, but I stopped playing it and then I replayed it like a few years ago. This was before I started streaming, so probably 5-6 years ago. God damn.
Warframe should I pick? Just stop thinking about it like an MMO. There is no Trinity system, even though there's a Warframe named Trinity. Well, I'm just saying, it really doesn't matter who you pick, because the game Warframe is about collecting different types of armor that are powered with space magic that do different abilities. So yeah, you're going to be going around collecting all of these different pieces of armor with special abilities that do different things, serve different roles, and of course, a bunch of weapons from guns.
I think they have like 50. So when it comes in sense, we're halfway there.
More guns, and melee weapons that you can fist people with.
Huh? Huh? Melee weapons. Nexon. Add that to the first ascent. Melee weapons. Add that in season 4 or 3. I don't think it'll be in 3, but add it in 4.
Or slash them to cut them down to bits. You also have pets that loot things for you and also provide you with bonus utilities. And even floating robot things. No, this is not Ortis. You're
It's crazy how similar the first ascent and Warframe is. Then it's just, oh, what does Warframe do well? What do they do? Well, let's add that to the game. Well, it works. So far, it works. I just... What?
You're gonna go around collecting and building up your arsenal so you can become stronger as a player. So when you usually ask yourself, which frame should I be picking when I first start the game? I'm gonna go back and say, just read, see what sounds interesting, click on it and play it. But seriously, pick Volt. It's the better choice. If you don't pick Volt, you're pretty much, you're losing. Volt is the best choice that you pick from the beginning. Just do it. Just seriously. Do it, pick Volt. You'll thank me later. After you pick Volt, you're going to be presented with a bunch of quests and going around the solar system, which is called the star chart. Start off at Earth, follow the line that leads you to other different planets. Each planet has a requirement that you need to complete for you to go to the next one. Same thing with the quests. For the love of God, do your quests. Do your main quests. Main quests are super important for the game because they unlock new areas, new items, and new gear that you can get and farm. People think they can just come into the game and...
I've done this and then removed this part, but this is the one I meant we could just watch on YouTube. It's like 30 minutes. But at the same time, it depends on how much we have to do in the first ascent. Like, if we've done everything, like, that's when I want to have our second loot kit. But we'll see. Like, we'll take a look, okay? Take a look.
Rush through everything. No, you need to go through the progression. And each quest has a prerequisite. And the prerequisites are other quests or getting an item that you can farm by playing the game. Go through the star chart, do your quests, unlock new areas, unlock things. If you see something shiny, touch it, destroy it, fight it, do whatever, because it's going to reward you in a certain way. Okay, this is something for the new and returning players. As I said, do your quests and unlock your star chart. Why? Because you want to get access to Steel Path. What is Steel Path? Steel Path is pretty much New Game Plus, where you get to do the star chart again, but with difficult enemies. Trust me, when you get the gear, don't worry. It's not going to be that hard. But the main thing about Steel Path is that you get that resource drop chance and a mod drop chance booster. And that mod drop chance booster affects arcane drops and endo. So very important. Endo is going to be a very crucial...
New Game Plus. I'm all for it, but like that is not right after I finished the story. Like, I like New Game Plus if you're gonna play it again, like, years ahead or months, but not, like, right after I finish a game. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
thing, one of the most used currencies in the entire game, because you need mods. Mods are going to be such a crucial thing for your Warframe, because without mods, they're not going to be performing well at all, and you're going to be struggling a lot in Steel Path. Endo and credits are all going to be used to upgrade these mods. This now gives me 165% electric damage bonus on my secondary. So as you can see, it consumes endo and credits. So as you're playing the game, make sure you loot all that endo, loot all those mods that are dropped on the ground, and farm credits. Because once you have access to Steel Path, you don't have to finish Steel Path.
Let's do it.
You just need to have access to it, because once you get access to Steel Path, you have access to Deviri Steel Path, and Deviri Steel Path gives you a lot of rewards. So a good thing for a lot of players who have Steel Path unlocked, they get access to Steel Path Circuit. Steel Path Circuit gives you these adapters that you can put on old weapons that haven't seen much love and make them even stronger. So while you're farming Steel Path Circuit, you can pick 2 adapters each week. Farm the mission, and you get these adapters, apply them onto your weapon, and boom, you get an upgraded version of Paris and an upgraded version of the Lato, for example. So incarnate adapters are going to be some of the most sought out things that you're going to be farming in Steel Path. And for the people who don't have access to Steel Path, they can still do the circuit, but it allows them to farm regular Warframes. These regular Warframes are still very important, and you need to farm every single one. Yes, even in Naros. You're going to need these because they boost your account. Boosting your account how? For one, it upgrades your mastery rank. Mastery rank is going to be one of the most important things in the entire game, because it dictates what weapons you can use and how much syndicate standing you can obtain in a day. Alongside that, you get an increased cap in void traces, so you can upgrade your relics, more loadout.
Already have a headache. God damn. So much. I feel like starting a new loot game. Feel like I'm not ready.
Slots for all your Warframes, and of course, more upfront capacity with your weapons. So even if you put a Forma onto your weapon, for example, boom, we put a Forma, we still have 70. We don't go down when we're placing newer mods. And of course, having a higher mastery rank gives you more trades per day, giving you additional chances of earning even more platinum. Another thing you have to do is trade every day if you want platinum. Doesn't matter if you're trading for 20, 30 plat, as long as you're trading, consuming all your trades daily, you're earning platinum, and platinum is going to be another important resource. As getting new Warframes, new weapons upgrades your account, giving you more mastery, it also unlocks newer areas and newer activities. When you get to a certain mastery rank, you have access to the Deimos Helmet system. So remember all of those regular Warframes that you farmed and leveled up. Now you can destroy them, consume their essence, and gives you access to one of their special abilities that you can infuse on others.
So it doesn't matter which Warframe you are. Mostly it's just appearance-wise, because you can just infuse the powers. I like that. That is sweet.
Other Warframes. Not only that, by completing your quests, you also have access to the Archon Shard system. These are gems that you can put on your Warframes to give them special traits and bonuses to your build or even your weapons. So right now, I have these 2 green shards that increase my corrosive stacks, meaning my corrosion stacks can go above and beyond and fully strip enemy armor, and are not limited to 10 stacks where it's only an 80% armor strip. While these yellow ones increase my animation speed, so when I cast abilities, it's just faster. You can also have a combination of these shards. When you combine reds and yellows, you get oranges. And now my Mesa deals 375% more crit chance on her secondaries. And her main thing is regulators, which happens to be secondaries. Same thing here with Kullervo with the purple shards. Reds and blues, you get...
God damn. Just... how do they come up with these designs? Huh?
Purple. Now I get additional crit damage on my melee. So this is why you gotta go around, finish up your quests, complete certain activities, so you get access to all these new things that can completely boost your account. So all that information was something for new and returning players. And for the returning players who haven't played in a while, especially if you haven't done New War, do New War! There's some people complaining, I have to do this to get access. Yes, it's a prerequisite. It's progression. Because yes, in Warframe, the quests give you gear. gear. From newer Warframes, weapons that are pretty damn good, like the Broken War, the Nataruk. You see, do your quests. And for the returning players, you get access to the Zerman. This is a great place where you can go and farm a bunch of late game arcanes. Same thing with Deviri. You can go and do your lone story, Deviri experience, the circuit, grind out all that gear to improve your arsenal. And you also have the new section on Deimos, which gives you access to Arcane Dissolution. What is Arcane Dissolution? You take your doo-doo arcanes, give it to this guy, and he gives you a resource called Vosphor. You take that resource and you can gamble away getting newer arcanes from different sections of the game. And do you remember when I said unlock Steel Path? Because when you unlock Steel Path, you get to fight these special enemy units that are called Acolytes. And these Acolytes drop arcanes that are used to improve your weapon's damage. This is also something for the new and returning players altogether. For those who get really confused about modding and why certain mods go...
Like, the mods is okay. What I'm confused about is everything else. Holy shit. I didn't get this far. I never got to the end game. Like, the game is huge. The story is... It's amazing, but it's big. Damn. Getting into this? I want to, but... So much.
A certain area, what arcanes to use, all that stuff. I do have an extensive damage guide which explains gun modding and melee modding, also introducing the new Tennokai system, which is something that did change melee for the better. And here's another thing for new players. For those worried, what frame do I need to invest in? I'll tell you something. It doesn't matter. Pick something that looks good, that you have fun playing, invest in it, and just play the game. You can complete 99% of all activities in the entire game with any Warframe. However, there are Warframes that are going to be struggling a lot in certain areas. That's why there are specific Warframes for those activities. And that's why those Warframes happen to be very effective in those activities. But you're free to use whatever Warframe, have fun, do what you want, because at the end of the day, it's a video game. But if you're looking for some good frames, I highly recommend checking out my top 10 Warframes that you need to have in your arsenal that will completely change your game. Not to mention, for returning players, I do have the must-have weapons of 2024, so go get farming. So yeah, folks, this is some quick rundown for newer and returning players, explaining what Warframe is all about to a certain extent without any spoilers. You know, we don't want to spoil a little something for all the newbies coming out here, especially with the returning players. So yeah, do your quests, keep grinding, get new stuff, get stronger, and destroy your enemies. But yeah, folks, that has been it from me. I do hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. And if you did, please feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Warframe content, streams, and so much more. Do refer to the description. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace. Bye-bye now.
Very good video. I'm going to share it with you guys. KnightmareFrame. That was very well put together. Like, that was yeah, that was very good. Like, he was like how he was with talking and everything. Like, it was so smooth and natural. No, I like this. It was very good.